Hey, little guys. Yeah, how are you? I'm going to try and finish your chicken tractor today. So I'm out. We're going to feed the ducks and chicks the other half of their food, and then hopefully we'll get them all inside the actual chicken coop. Looks like they shut the door. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll see if I can get this set up for you. We've got 20 Red Rangers still. We've had 2 that we know for sure that have died that we killed because they got injured. So there's 3 that I'm not counting, although it's really hard to count them when they're moving around like that. They can be really difficult to get an accurate count. We still have the 9 barred rocks, or the Plymouths, and then we've got the 4 ducks still. So everything seems to be working well out here. Our system we've got set up, this is the Premier One fencing. This is not the poultry netting fencing. This is actually the one that's made for like small livestock, so sheep, goats. It does do pigs, and it's made also for turkeys and ducks, geese, and chickens. Now when they're small, it's really hard to train them to it, because when they're itty bitty, like if they were hatchlings, like little chicks, they'd just be able to walk right underneath in between the squares here. Now that they're a little bigger, they hit the low line or the second line when they go through. So it's been really successful shocking them. They've been out all day. We haven't lost any of them out of the fence because we counted 20 early, or the same numbers I gave you, the 29 and 4, are what we're counting now, are what we counted earlier. So, but yeah, I'll take you inside. I'll show you. We are actually fermenting the food. That's first time we've tried that. We're gonna see if that works well. See if they eat less food and the food lasts a little longer, and see if they even like it. I don't even know if they're gonna eat it, so but we'll find out. And hopefully you guys will just continue on with us through our adventure as we're farming. Thanks. All right, here is our first attempt at fermenting food. We just started this today, so we're not going to know for about 3 days if it's going to work. So hereabouts on the 24th, we're going to open this guy up and see if it's kind of got like a pizza dough or a bread yeast smell. And if it does, that means we were successful. So basically we put the food in. This bucket's empty. I'll kind of show you what we're doing just so you can see. We're just buying the regular pellet or crumble food. The one we have now is the crumble. What you need, buddy?
Yeah, I all done.
Okay. You can come be here part of the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Empty bucket, and we scooped in is 3 days worth of food. Ferment it by putting the scoops in here, and then you fill the bucket up so that it's well above where the food line is. So if the food line, is only this high in the bucket, then we're going to fill water up about this high. We're going to let it sit, not really mess with it a whole lot. Let the food get wet, let it start fermenting, let all those active bacteria that you want, the good bacteria, start kind of doing their thing, getting released and growing. 1 second, Jackie. And then that will hopefully be a nice wet food for them where they can eat less and get more nutrients basically out of less food. They have a harder time with the dry, like the crumbles and the pellets. Did you have something you wanted to say?
Mommy want me to not be able to tell.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, you can go away. Getting bath time going. We got church tomorrow. So, yeah, we're going to do, if this is successful, we're going to do kind of a rotating 3-day. Where, ideally, we'll have a 3-day supply. So in 3 days, we'll have a 3-day supply made. And in 3 days, we'll start the second bucket of fermented food as well. So at the end of those 3 days of that first bucket of food, that next day will be the first day we'd use the second bucket. So it makes sense in my head. We'll basically hopefully have a rotating schedule. Hopefully the ducks and the chickens like it, and we'll let you know. We'll keep you apprised. Have a great night. So I wanted to do a quick update for you guys. I know we've shown you all of our turkeys. We actually have 2 batches of turkeys and then all the chickens and ducks and stuff. The first batch of turkeys we got, they're doing great. No issues there. We have 6 of them left, which is kind of more than we actually thought we'd keep of those turkeys. The other batch, we had 17 delivered to us. We only lost 2, and that was only when we lost those 2 after we moved them about a week and a half after we had them. Took them out in the garage. We had them in the brooder that they were in before, which is just the bottom half of a large dog kennel. And we had locked our garage up at night, and we were doing really good with that. And we ended up leaving the door open, and I think a cat got in. Unfortunately, all 15 of the remainder of those poult is a baby turkey, were killed. There was only 1 body left in the brooder. And it was eviscerated, and then there were quite a few wings left around, which is indicative of a cat attack. I know it's probably more information than a lot of people want, but just that's what led us to believe it was a cat. So it was my own fault. We should have put the turkeys, have something over top to make sure that they were covered and nothing could get in and they couldn't get out. That was something we had talked about and we were going to do. I just didn't think it was as important as it really was. So just an update. We still have our 6 turkeys that are for Thanksgiving. These were going to be all our Christmas turkeys. So now we're past that point. So we're going to have to just plan ahead and do it next year. But chickens are good. Ducks are good. The 6 turkeys that are older are all good. And of course our layer hens, those are good as well. But just wanted to give you guys a quick update as far as those are concerned. Thanks.